Okay, well, today we are going to be interviewing David Martin. And David is a graduate of our program from last year. And he was one of the only men in the program. There was only 2 last year in a room full of 23 women. And we really appreciated his courage, his gentleness, his discernment, and especially his beautiful voice as he hit the lower tones in our chanting and our toning. So David has an exciting story to tell about the year that he spent after the training, and I really wanted to highlight him for his courage and his innovation as well. So hi, David. How are you? You good?
Hi, Bonnie. I'm doing great.
Great. I'm so glad you're with us today to tell your story. And I thought it'd be good to just start, in a little bit about where you were before you took the training and what things were going on in your life that directed you to the training.
Okay. Well, before I started the training, I was a graduate of Howard Community College in biomedical engineering, and I was working as a automotive mechanic rebuilding high-performance engines. But I always knew that I was meant to do something more, and I was meant to help people. So I had been practicing yoga for about 6 years at the time, and from my first yoga class, I had this spark of intuition that just told me that I was meant to teach this to people. And I just decided after a few failed job attempts in the biomedical field that I wanted to follow my heart and pursue the yoga teacher path and the whole holistic lifestyle way of living. So I was guided to this beautiful program at University of Maryland Integrated Center for Medicine, and it completely changed my life, not only in accelerating my practice as a yoga practitioner, but also helped me become the yoga teacher that I wanted to be, not just a run-of-the-mill teacher. It taught me many different skills as far as how to talk to people, how to be more gentle with people, how to understand where people are in their paths and be able to step outside of myself and not expect everyone to just be able to do and be everything that I can do. It taught me to be a lot more softer and to speak from my heart, and also speak my truth, but in a more in a way that I wasn't coming across as mean sometimes, because in the past I had thought that it was no matter what I should speak my truth, no matter how it made other people feel, and that just wasn't the way to go about things. So the Reiki really taught me this.
You were, just to recap a little bit, you were in this biomechanical field, and I also know how you have such an incredible mind, because you have this wonderful mind that understands, that has like that engineering mind, and then you also have this incredible creative ability. You're an amazing artist, an incredible artist, and so you took those 2 things, and you went through the training, and you were able to share with us a lot of understandings of what we were studying that were pretty advanced metaphysically as well, because of your scientific mind and your artistic mind. And then you came through the program this past year. Where are you? What have you done with that? I know, but I want you to share with everybody where you are and what you've done.
Well, since the training, I jumped right into teaching yoga. As soon as the training ended, I went to Mexico for a friend's wedding, and I was just doing yoga around the facility by myself. And then I was asked by the facility to teach a beach yoga class for the facility, and it was amazing. I had 12 people that I had never met before take my class, and that just kind of like sent me. As soon as I got home, I filled out applications at 4 or 5 different studios, got hired at every single one of them, and I just kind of thought that I was just going to become this full-time yoga teacher and step out of the whole life that I was in. But shortly after that, I came to the realization that I was not going to just be able to be a full-time yoga teacher, and I was going to burn myself out very quickly. So I had to learn balance. I had to learn when to say no. I couldn't just say yes to every single opportunity that popped up because it was starting to become a little overwhelming. And I've been using the Reiki for self-healing when I need to just sit down and reflect, or just to kind of hold my hands over my heart or my belly or something like that, just to kind of ground myself down. I've learned the value of slowing down the yoga practice and making it more of a meditative. It doesn't have to be so fast and energetic and strong all the time. It can be very soft and yin and just more of the feminine side. It's helped me connect. I've always had a connection with my feminine side of my being, but I feel like I have a very well balanced being and balanced mind through this training. And I've been studying Vedic Thai Yoga massage since we did the 8-hour workshop with the training. I've gone on to spend a 2-day immersion training with Mukti Michael Buck from South Beach, Florida. He runs the Vedic Conservatory on Vedic Thai Yoga massage and bodywork, and I plan to go to Thailand with him to study in a 21-day immersion with him and his teachers.
Wow.
That seems to be where I'm moving as far as the Reiki and body work goes. I've been working with a couple friends of mine who are married or have children, and they've kind of through the ways of the world and the stresses of the day-to-day living and jobs, they've kind of neglected their bodies for a number of years, and they're starting to feel and see the damage and the effect that they're doing to themselves. So my buddy Jake, he had a rough day at work last Friday, and on Saturday he called me, but I missed his call, and then by the time I called him, he had already laid down to take a nap. But then when I finally got in touch with him, he was a little bummed that he couldn't get in touch with me because he said he really wanted to he was trying to invite me over and just treat himself to a Dave Day. He was just gonna start the clock and just tell me to just
a Dave Day. I like that.
A Dave Day, and then through I ended up going over and spending Saturday with him the day before my birthday, and we just did Reiki and body work, and I brought a couple of my crystal bowls that I'm gotten very much into the crystal bowl sound healing modality. It's quite an incredible experience and journey that I seem to be able to facilitate for people. I've honestly experienced so much transformation in myself, and being able to step into this role as a facilitator and just listen to people and putting my hands on their bodies and literally healing them from the inside out, and not even by saying much to them, but just by listening to them and then offering a different perspective on where they're coming from.
Yeah, Steve, you said something I want to just go back to. And because I know, just want to clarify this because I know you're particularly good at this. One of the things that comes up in the training is that a lot of people go into this field are very sensitive to other people and their suffering. And one of the things that we do is we really kind of retrain that empathic response so that you're not carrying and pulling from people the things that are broken or sad or unhealthy in them, but that you find a way to connect to them and celebrate where they are and facilitate for them an opening so that they can move into healing. And so I know that because of what you've learned, when you're with somebody, you're helping them to access what they need to heal. And I know we're really sensitive to calling ourselves that particular vessel for healing, that we're really basically bringing them to a place where they can heal. And you're particularly good at calling on many different modalities and many different parts of your being and your sensitivity to assist people in finding those places where they feel safe. The very fact that you can go to a friend who's another guy and you can introduce things that are very sensitive and bring them into a place of kind of vulnerability, and they're safe with you, it's just extraordinary that you can do that, because I think men really do need that right now. And when it comes from another man, it's a particularly good thing for them because you're trusting on a whole different level.
It makes them feel safe.
Yes, yes. And so now there was another element I wanted you to just share, which was the inventor in you, the innovator. Can you tell us a little bit about the Dharma wheel?
Yeah, so the Dharma wheel came onto the market right as we were coming out of the end of our teacher training, and I ended up ordering one. And before I ever even got it, I had fallen in love with the idea of getting in touch with these people and seeing if they could either donate or let me buy wholesale about 10 of their wheels so that I could start teaching Dharma Yoga wheel classes. And so I ordered one, sent them a message, never heard anything back, and then but it took 5 or 6 weeks for them to send me the wheel that I had bought from them. So in that 5 or 6 weeks, I'm a very ingenuitive and creative person. I found a DIY or do-it-yourself project online, and just kind of figured out how to make it. I had all the tools that I needed to make it, and I went and discovered a place that I could get industrial grade 12-inch diameter PVC, and I got a little 4-foot length of it from a scrap pile for free at this place. Came home that weekend. I made my first 8 wheels, posted a picture on Facebook, and instantly, just from one picture and one post on Facebook, 25 of my friends ordered wheels from me. So I went back to this place, and it just so happened that this place that I was getting the PVC from had 50 feet of this exact size PVC pipe that I needed for the wheels, and it was in their scrap pile. They said I could take it home for free. So I took it all home, and just over the first, I guess that was last July, so it's almost been a year now, and I've sold about 130 of these yoga wheels. So now I don't just make one size anymore. I make there's the original 12-inch. I'm making another 12-inch that is, I accidentally bought a tube of PVC that was not straight up PVC. It's actually a shell of PVC filled with foam. So instead of taking it as a hit, I decided to continue to make this as wheels, and now I offer a more flexible wheel for people who don't have much of a back bending practice, if at all, and have a stiffer lumbar spine. So it's like a beginner wheel. And also the difference that sets me and my wheels apart from the Dharma Yoga wheel is the Dharma Yoga wheel is a very much advanced practitioner tool. It's the width of the actual base of the wheel is only about 4.5 inches wide, and I decided to make mine between 5.5 and 6 inches wide, just because I wanted to be able to use these in my classes, and I know that a lot of people that take my classes are not at the level of practitioner that I or some other yoga teachers that I'm friends with are. So I made this with the idea in mind that I wanted to offer this to people who need more of a balance. Like the 5.5 to 6 inch base is a lot easier to get up on and not feel like you're going to fall off either side of it. Whereas the 4.5 inch, it's literally just riding up the spinal cord and the insides of the erector spinae muscle. So it's and when it gets up between your shoulder blades, it presses these scapulas apart and kind of sends your spine up through the center of your chest to roll your shoulders out the side and give you a nice little heart opener. So
just to clarify, you just, because I know you're a businessman too, you actually created a different wheel, basically.
I created a different wheel.
So you have a different kind of product than the original one, right? Yeah. So great.
I named it the Sacred 8 Yoga Wheel, and the 8 is named after the Patanjali's 8-limb path. And I call it sacred. And I call it sacred because it's a sacred path that I walk my life to.
Ah, beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. All right, so David, just to kind of bring things to a little more of a close, one of the things I'm always interested in is what is something that you really had a hard time grasping or accessing in your personal relationship with yourself, that now you almost take for granted because you're constantly capable of calling that forth when you need it. What's an energy you would say you have access to now, given all your extraordinary changes?
To not give in to fear. I used to second guess myself in every single thing that I would do. In college and growing up, coming through school, but I was a horrible test taker because I would literally look at a question, know the answer right off the bat, and then second guess myself right away. And I would spend so much time doing that, and that was just like a small metaphor for later on in my life that I was allowing fear to kind of judge or base what I do with my life and the decisions that I make. And now I'm at a place with my confidence and it's all about my intention. If as long as I have a pure heart and my intention is strong and I stick to my will, I can do anything. I am a creator, and I truly believe in myself now, and I believe that I'm here. I believe that I am here to help people. I believe that I am here to facilitate change and growth and evolution. And there's nothing that can stand in my way anymore. I can honestly say that coming through that training, and I cannot wait to take the 500-hour training next year to further this knowledge and to further this strength. So I can honestly say that I'm exactly where I need to be. I have completely and 100% found myself, and I'm forever thankful for this program.
Yes, and we are too, for you. Coming in and sharing so much of yourself, and I'll just end with the beautiful intention setting forward that you'll continue to move into more and more joyous experiences, lighter experiences. I know you have such a huge heart and a commitment to helping others to move out of any kind of suffering. But my intention, clearly always with you, is that becomes a soft part of your life, and the bigger part of your life being that of really expressing your creative potential and having many, many joyful experiences and really beautiful relationships as well to mirror your gorgeous soul. So thank you so much, David, for sharing. And we really look forward to having more time with you next year. Okay? So I'm going, go ahead, honey.
What was that?
I'm sorry, go ahead. I cut you off.
I just was saying I very much look forward to taking the 500-hour training. I wish I could have done it this year, but I just feel like I needed to spend a year kind of expanding and exploring myself a little bit.
Yeah, you did an incredible job of integration, and also Thailand is waiting. And I have that Thai yoga background too, so I couldn't run off to Thailand with 3 kids, but I love the idea of you doing so. So I can't wait to hear more about that as well. Okay, I'm going to end this call for now, and I'll be seeing you soon, David.
All right.
Okay.
See you later.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Enjoy your day.
The moderator has left the conference.